legit. Anything you want.
BTC not out of the woods yet as CME Bitcoin futures contracts expire this Friday. Like clockwork, the CME Bitcoin BTC futures contracts expire every last Friday of the month. This month will not be any different as the investment products are planned to expire this Friday, November 30, 2018. The full schedule of the current futures contracts by the CME Group can be found below. Further analyzing the dates, we find that the contracts are also scheduled to expire on the 28th of December, the 25th of January, the 22nd of February and the 29th of March. Exact timing according to the CME Group, on the last Friday of the contract month trading of the respective futures contract is halted at 4 p.m. London time. The CME Group goes on to provide the following information about the listing cycles of the futures contracts. Listing cycle, nearest 2 months in the March quarterly cycle Mar, Junior, Sep, Dec plus the nearest 2 April months not in the March quarterly cycle. Termination of trading, last day of trading is the last Friday of contract month. Trading in expiring futures terminates at 4 p.m. London time on last day of trading. How does this affect the value of Bitcoin? As has been noted by many crypto traders, whenever any Wall Street Bitcoin futures contracts are about to expire, the crypto markets tend to be less active and sometimes highly volatile. However, the past 2 weeks of the Bitcoin Cash Hash Wars avenue provided a level of volatility that can only be defined as a full-blown market crash. Therefore, we might have a scenario where the expiring Bitcoin futures contracts might not have the anticipated effect on Bitcoin and the general crypto markets. Then again, it is good to have the fact at the back of our minds that the CME contracts expire this Friday. We cannot be blamed for being overly cautious given the market chaos that has been experienced in the past few days. Bitcoin path looks similar to that of Nasdaq during the dot-com bubble era. Unlike many other things that enter the stage with a bang only to disappear, blockchain is here to stay. Opposite to when it first appeared with Bitcoin a decade ago, currently, it seems like blockchain is the next big thing that will shape the manner money is spent. Sometimes it makes sense for investors to use the past information to help stay in the game a bit longer. Therefore, today in this post, we are going to look at similarities between the dot-com bubble since 1973 and Bitcoin since 2011. Will Bitcoin cross its all-time high ever again? According to the quarterly charts, the Bitcoin price trend mirrors that of the Nasdaq index of the 1990s, but there is a catch. The manner in which Nasdaq traded in 2000 is similar to a one-year performance for Bitcoin over Nasdaq's 14 years, with the difference being that Bitcoin is 14 times faster than how Nasdaq did it. Reason being, today's technology is much far ahead as the information travels faster with the diverse social media platforms and the high-speed internet connections. One thing that makes all financial bubbles universal is the fact that human fear and greed never changes. For that reason, Nasdaq took long enough to rise 1,700% to its all-time high while Bitcoin managed a similar return in merely a few months. Similarly, Nasdaq took around 30 months to fall 78%, whereas Bitcoin lost 70% in a month or so. The point of concern is that it took Nasdaq another 14 years to post its new high in 2016 and 161.8% in 2018, which is after 16 years. The chart shows a similar trend for Nasdaq and Bitcoin, which leaves most of us with the question as to whether we'll have to wait for another 14 years to see Bitcoin register its all-time high again. We more likely will see Bitcoin's high again sooner than the charts can predict. Time is a factor, and it may stand out to be the difference of not waiting for another 14 years for Bitcoin to hit its all-time high again. Things have changed now, and Bitcoin looks more stable than Nasdaq. Secondly, it's a matter of time before Bitcoin exchange-traded funds ETFs kick off and it will spark Bitcoin's price increase. Predictions are good and can come true or don't even come anywhere near. As an investor, you can ignore the noise and ride out the storm, but one thing to remember is that companies which made Nasdaq eventually they did get out of the business. Therefore, taking it as an example and relating it to the crypto today, some might have emerged and probably others will appear and will be successful as some slowly but steadily will decrease in their value and will become irrelevant. Picking them out currently is nearly impossible, but the lesson is there to be learned. As for Bitcoin, there is every reason to believe that we won't have to wait for 14 years for it to hit its high again and surpass the 20K mark. One thing to be optimistic about is that it will rise, but when and how is hard to tell.